Live breaking news, everybody. U.S. Attorney Alina Habba has indicted Representative LaMonica McIver, who attacked ICE agents at that detention facility not that long ago, and she could face up to 17 years in prison. I'm going to break down everything for you. This is the first, hopefully, of many major grand jury indictments of these ridiculous hypocrites. I'm going to break down everything for you. What Alina Habba said specifically, she posted on X, as well as what could really potentially happen. What's going to happen to Representative McIver? Is she going to actually go to prison? What's the potential of that? What's the breakdown of the indictment? Let's get into it right now. So here's what U.S. Attorney Alina Habba posted today, saying, today, a federal grand jury seated in Newark, New Jersey, returned a 3-count indictment charging U.S. Representative LaMonica McIver with forcibly impending and interfering with federal law enforcement officers. This indictment has a maximum penalty of 8 years for count 1, an additional maximum penalty of 8 years for count 2, and a maximum penalty of 1 year in prison for count 3, making that 17 total. She continues, as I have stated in the past, it is my constitutional obligation as the chief federal law enforcement officer for New Jersey to ensure that our federal partners are protected when executing their duties. While people are free to express their views for or against particular policies, they must not do so in a manner that endangers law enforcement and the communities those officers serve. I mean, that just should be common sense. These people are sick, sadistic, sick individuals. She continues finally by saying, today's decision by the grand jury is the next step in a process that my office will pursue to a just end. God bless you, Alina. Okay, as I always do, I break down everything. What are the legal ramifications? What are the charges? What does that mean? The indictment announced by interim U.S. attorney on June 10th, 2025. So this was yesterday, to be more specific. Charges 3 counts. So you have count 1, forcibly impending, which she talked about. Count 2, additional charge, physical contact, another 8 years. Count 3, a lesser offense, totaling 17. The legal framework of this, under Section 111A, felony assault with physical contact or intent to commit another felony, is a Class D felony. This is a maximum of 8 years. The indictment structure suggests that at least one count involves physical contact, elevating it beyond a misdemeanor. God bless you. God bless you, Habba. Sentencing guidelines per Medvin law depend on factors like the officer's injury, planning, or intent. Without bodily injury or a weapon, the base guideline range for a first offense with physical contact is 12 to 18 months per felony count, potentially adjustable based on context. Aggravating factors, i.e., impending an arrest, could push this higher, while mitigating factors, intent to harm, could lower it. So the political and procedural context of this, as a sitting Congresswoman, McIver enjoys the speech or debate clause protection, Article 1, Section 6, which shields legislative acts, but not actions outside official duties like a physical altercation. The indictment hinges on the latter, making it legally viable. Yes. The case is prosecuted in the U.S. District Court for New Jersey, where a grand jury found probable cause. However, McIver's defense, led by Paul Fishman, plans a not guilty plea, of course, arguing political motivation by the Trump administration and ICE, which could influence judicial scrutiny. Well, how does it feel? You guys went after him. You tried to imprison him. You tried to assassinate him. You tried to smear him, discredit him. By the way, this is a completely whole different bag of apples right here, because you actually hit ICE agents. You actually attacked law enforcement officials. You actually incited a riot, you, McIver, are a real insurrectionist. So here's the big question that everybody wants an answer to, including myself. So based on my qualitative, quantitative research and due diligence, this is what we found out. Prison time is possible, but not. By the way, stick around if you want access to these notes. I'll let you know how you can get that. Stick around to the end. Prison time is possible, but not guaranteed. The outcome depends on the trial, evidence, and sentencing phase. So 3 kind of aspects here. The conviction requirement: McIver must be found guilty beyond a reasonable doubt, of course. The government must prove she knowingly and willfully impeded officers with force under color of her duties or otherwise. We have video proof of that from the May 9th incident showing jostling it's more than jostling, could support the prosecution, but her defense may argue it was a misunderstanding or protected oversight activity. They can argue that don't make it true. Plea deal potential, given the political stakes, a plea to a lesser charge, i.e. misdemeanor obstruction, could avoid prison, replacing it with a probation or fine. This can be common. We don't want that. We want her in jail behind bars. If convicted on all counts with consecutive sentencing, the maximum 17 years is theoretical. Realistically, guidelines suggest 12 to 18 months per felony, 24 to 36 months total if concurrent, reducible with good behavior, community ties, i.e. her congressional role. A first offense without injury leans toward the lower end unless aggravated. Likelihood of prison time, assessing likelihood involves weighing evidence, legal strategy, and external factors. The prosecution's strength. The grand jury's indictment suggests credible evidence. I'd say more than suggests. Habba's statement emphasizes protecting federal officers, aligning with Trump's immigration enforcement push, which may pressure for a strong case. The historical precedent's interesting here. Medvin law shows 6 to 12 months. Remember how when we were covering Cash Money G, the YSL trial, we were covering all these different cases, the hush money, et cetera, et cetera. Everything is based in law and precedents. Everything is based in law. There's this beautiful, a magical invisible chain link that links every case toward one another, which is why convicting Trump in that sham trial set an unbelievably egregious precedent, including the Cash Money G case. The historical precedent here shows 6 to 12 months for impeding officers, escalating to 12 to 18 months with contact, which she for sure made. The 17-year maximum is a deterrent, but not likely. The defense strategy, McIver's claim of political intimidation and her lawyer's confidence in exoneration could sway a jury, especially in Democrat-leaning New Jersey. If the incident is framed as oversight, which means protected under federal law, allowing congressional access to detention facilities. It could negate intent. Past cases, i.e. Shaka Fattah's 2016 conviction, show convictions are possible, but McIver's status as a sitting lawmaker may garner leniency or public support. Again, especially in New Jersey. Before anybody gets upset watching this, I've got something powerful to tell you. Just stick around. Political and judicial factors. Habba's interim role and past Trump ties raise bias concerns, potentially prompting judicial oversight. I think the video precludes that, though. Public and congressional backlash, Watchman Coleman's civil liberties stance. Oh, she's awful. Could pressure for a non-prison resolution, especially if Democrats frame it as retaliation. Probability estimate, low to moderate. So we're giving it a 20 to 40% chance of her going to jail without a plea deal. Conviction is plausible given evidence, but prison time is less certain. A first offense guideline range of 12 to 18 months served minimally, i.e., 6 to 12 months with good behavior, is more likely than the maximum. A plea to probation, 40-50% chance, could avoid jail entirely. The key variables here, trial outcome, 6 to 12 months away, jury composition and political pressure in a New Jersey-leaning state. If acquitted or the case is dropped, 10 to 20% chance due to defense challenges, no prison occurs. So in conclusion, my summation, McIver faces significant legal exposure with a maximum of 17 years, but a realistic prison term, if convicted, would likely range from 6 to 18 months per felony count, served concurrently, totaling 6 to 12 months with credit for time served or good behavior. The likelihood of prison is moderate, 20 to 40%, tempered by a strong defense, potential plea, and political context. The case's resolution may hinge on the trial's evidence and public reaction over the next 6 to 12 months. No matter what happens, and yes, I think it would be completely myopic and ignorant of us to think that she's just going to go to jail like that. Not going to happen. But the real crux of this is it sends a message that your days of getting away with everything, hypocrites, aka Democrats, Your days of taking the law into your own hands, your days of thinking that no one is above the law, which is what you used to shout at the top of your lungs when Trump was going through sham trial after sham trial after sham trial, those days are over. It's all over, Democrats. There's such a thing as accountability. There's such a thing as consequences for your actions. So the likelihood of prison may not be high. It's still there. Don't get me wrong. Anything can happen, especially the fact that we have control of the Department of Justice. We've got Patel, Bongino, we got Pam Bondi, we've got Trump. The likelihood is very, very strong, but it sends a message. You want to keep calling our guy a convicted felon? Well, guess what? All of you are about to join the club. And the difference is Trump's convictions, completely illegitimate, completely known by not only legal experts, not only law professors like Alan Dershowitz and so many more combined, but by the only court that really matters, the court of public opinion. While yours, completely 100% legitimate with video evidence to boot. Bye-bye. See ya. Wouldn't want to be ya. It's all over. Bye-bye, Democrats. Accountability is coming. I can't wait to get your thoughts on this. Let me know what you think by leaving a comment down below. If you want access to this, my notes and my research, etc., I will leave a link in the comments and the description down below so you can go check them out. Sign up for our free newsletter, by the way. This is kind of your sure-proof way of never missing out on anything that we publish, because you know the corporate woke media is never going to stop. It is our job, our mission to make common sense go viral. You can help us. Sign up for the free newsletter. It's free. I don't share your email with anybody, no third party. We don't give it away. That we don't spam. That is not the Nez Nation way. And it takes you 2 seconds to sign up. Just give us your best email. Bada boom, bada bing, and you're in. Also, if you love America, if you love what's happening, tap that thumbs up. It doesn't cost you a thing. You can do it with your remote if you're watching on TV as well. Just guide the remote to the thumbs up button, click, and you've given us a thumb up. Check out these videos coming up on the screen right here, just in case you missed them. Tap my face right here to subscribe and follow. It's free. Turn on the bell notification to turn on all notifications. And as always, may God bless you, and may God bless the USA and all who defend her. Go check out our shop where you can get one of these in the pinned comment.